OCG metagame report dropped right now, like today. And I think this is before Chaos Origin. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't see any Chaos Origin stuff in here. I think this is the last couple of weekends before Chaos Origin, because Chaos Origin just dropped in the OCG. I think they just got Chaos Origin, so I think this is before Chaos Origin. So this is the situation. Essentially, this is their Blazing Dominion format. And here's the thing, right? We're not going to have much to talk about with this one. This is going to be a quick one, because this is obviously what was going to happen if you look at what their last ban list was. Their last ban list, mind you, let me hold up. Metagame report. Let me get like the 2 metagame reports ago or something, like before the last ban list. This is what their format looked like. This might be, I think this is before the last ban list. Yeah, this is before the last ban list. This was what their format looked like. And their ban list, their last ban list basically hit like everything down here a little bit. And then they hit Mitsurugi, and the deck that they left completely alone is Cool Tune. So guess what? This is what happened. Big shocker. Big shocker. Best deck in the format was left alone completely. Completely. They even... Dude, imagine this. They hit Cool Tune in OCG less than in Master Duel. Master Duel got those cards like 2 weeks ago, and they already hit them harder than the OCG did. And yeah, guess what happened? They almost tripled in popularity, at least in those tournaments here, in terms of like that. Like, no one could have expected this. No one saw this coming, right? Like, the best deck in the format goes completely unhit and continues to dominate even more. Shocker. Yeah. That's all I got, because I'm pretty sure, yeah. We're just gonna show the most standard Cool Tune deck in the world, which has not changed one bit, and it is essentially just like all the cards that everyone knows are good in Cool Tune. I guess they're only playing 2 mix, which is somewhat interesting. No Pot of Desires in this one, but other than that, it's just play all the Cool Tune cards, play all the good hand traps, call it a day. Even reframing in the main deck, we love that cringe. And that's it. Prohibition in the side deck is devious, because you're gonna know what your opponent has in hand, I suppose. So you just Prohibition called their best card. Awesome. Yeah. And then I guess Branded is worth noting, because they started playing Cocatorium here as well in the 60 card list. This card is cool. It banishes Mercurier from your deck for cost, so it plays through Imperm a little bit, and then you can get a search with Mercurier. Plays 3 Springans Kit, which is insane to me. But yeah, 60 card Branded, there you go. And conclusion. Okay. Cool Tune takes a massive lead, solidifying itself as the best deck of the current format. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, man. And this has been the thing with like the recent OCG updates all the time. It's just like they got like it's a Cool Tune list, and then maybe like the second best deck in the format, and then they call it a day, and then we go on to conclusions, and then they tell me that Cool Tune is the best deck. Which this entire thing, once again, is just like, it's mind-blowing to me that the entire thing that's been happening in the OCG since that ban list has been so weird to me, because I just thought that ban list was so out of touch. And I mean, I guess if you're a fan of Cool Tune, then this is good news for you. But this is like, I feel like this is the opposite of what a ban list should accomplish, from my personal perspective, right? From my personal perspective, if the ban list, I understand the ban list is a tool to also sell cards, right? I get that. But bro, the ban list is also here for freaking balancing of the format, all right? And at this point, it doesn't matter if you're a fan of Cool Tune or not, but if this is the meta breakdown, if this is the format, if you know Cool Tune is already the best deck, releasing a ban list that hits basically everything except Cool Tune is wild to me. I can't get over that. I can't get over that decision. But I mean, this is what you get. This is what you get if you do that, obviously. I mean, it goes without saying. So, yeah. It does what they want, which is to make people buy Cool Tune. Yeah, but here's the thing, right? Is it even... Have they thought this through? Have they thought this through? Because what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen to Chaos Origin? What's gonna happen to Chaos Origin, you think, if nothing in Chaos Origin can compete with Cool Tune? Right? Like, what does it even make sense? Doesn't it make more sense? Hear me out. Doesn't it make more sense to hit Cool Tune to a point where it's still good, but not this dominating, so that people might be more interested in stuff from Chaos Origin? Like, I feel like it's so short-sighted to just be like, yeah, this is the most recent deck. We're gonna leave it completely alone so that it can dominate. It's like, yeah, people are gonna be forced to play Cool Tune now, but I think it hurts the interest in Chaos Origins. I don't even think it's necessarily a good decision in that sense. People will still buy for the overframes and Grandmasters if the set has any. Okay, right. So at this point you're saying, we're just gonna make our sets so collectible that if the game goes to shit, then it doesn't matter. Which is like, yeah. But also Chaos Origin doesn't have Grandmasters. Grandmasters, once again, this is a common misconception at the moment. People always ask every single set, they're like, are you pulling for Grandmasters, or is Grandmaster in here? Grandmaster was a special one-time thing for now. They might do it again because of how successful it was, but it was a one-time thing for limit over collection, right? They don't exist in rarity collection. They don't exist in core sets. Overframes, which is not the same thing, the full arts are going to continue in almost every set, I think, from now on. We're going to get some overframes, which is awesome. But not every set is going to have Grandmaster. So, I don't know. I still think Chaos Origin could have been much more exciting for the OCG players if this was not the situation that it released in. But I don't play OCG, so once again, as always with these OCG metagame reports, I appreciate if we have OCG players in the chat or in the comments who can chime in, especially on the last ban list discussion though. There was a lot of people in my comment section who said like, hey, I play OCG and yes, this ban list sucked. There was not a lot of people who thought it was a good ban list. There was a couple of players who said like, who explained the ban list to me, who said like, yeah, they're doing this because they want to sell X or Y. And I'm just sitting there reading those comments and I'm like, yeah, I agree. I understand, but that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking if you think it's a good list. I'm not asking if you understand like, oh, they're doing this because they want to sell Cool Tune. I'm like, okay, I understand that. That's very obvious. But I don't know if I think that's a good thing, was my point. But yeah. Cool Tune isn't that broken that Chaos Origin has no chance. Maybe, yeah, maybe it's fine. Look, maybe everyone in the OCG loves the format right now. And this is hard for me to judge because I haven't really, we don't have Cool Tune in TCG yet, and we've only had it in Master Duel very briefly. And even though I'm not a Cool Tune hater. I kind of like this deck. I like playing this deck. I think it's all right. But from what I'm seeing from the community, it's not the most popular deck, dude. I think this deck, I personally think it's a little overhated in TCG. People over exaggerate with how good it is. Like I get comments on Cool Tune of like, oh, this deck is so toxic, it rips apart your entire extra deck, when like in reality, I don't know, I've played like 10 hours of Cool Tune this week and I've resolved Clip like once maybe. So I think it's a little exaggerated, but I think like people just hate this deck, dude. At least a lot of people do. Not everyone does, but like there's a lot of people that hate this deck. But yeah, Chaos Origin is a good set. Don't get me wrong. Chaos Origin is a good set. I'm just questioning the decision of this being like, I think if you want to leave Cool Tune alone, that's fine, but you just can't hit like all the other decks in the format. That's weird. But anyways, I digress. Unfortunately, it means we don't have anything new to look at with this OCG report. So, yeah. Did I say I digest? Well, it's also not wrong, but I meant I digress. New Alistair gotta be competitive even with Cool Tune at full power. Dude, I'm terrified. I'm terrified of the new Alistair stuff. I hope it's bad, but those cards read so custom that I have a hard time believing that it's bad. Thoughts on Goddess in Cool Tune? It steals a card from graveyard, right? So what's the purpose? Against Elf Note, Hecahan's Godos would special summon itself in the center. Then its second effect can special Lucina, Fortuna, or Tenia, which could use the second effect by switching location. That's funny. So you use it against Elf Note to turn their own interruptions against them. That's cool. Yeah. I like this card. I was a little disappointed and sad about seeing it not be played at all in the TCG since it's come out, because when I reacted to it for the first time, I thought it was a really solid card. I think the biggest problem with it is that, like, its interruption is in 2 steps. I think that's the problem, because, like, you have to summon it when they add, right? So they know it's there, they see it, and they can try to maneuver around it. But I do think it's a good card. I do think it's a good card that is going to have, it's gonna have its time in the sun at some point. There's going to be a form. Maybe it's this format. Maybe it's good enough in next format for it to consistently see play. But I think it's a really cool card.